IELTS speaking runs for about your exam of speaking will last about 11 to 15 minutes, right?
Yes.
And it's a one-to-one speaking. There is an examiner in front of you, and he'll put a few questions from you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
let us take example of this question. Question: what did you study in history lessons when you were in school?
Okay.
So they're asking कि आप history lesson में क्या पढ़ा है जब आप school पे थे, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
when it comes to answering the question, you will need certain things in order to
Yeah.
answer effectively and constructively. Okay. So what are
Yeah. Okay.
these things? Start with fluency. It's a very basic aspect of speaking, and everybody knows it. Fluency, right? 95% audience knows what is fluency, and they struggle in the same. So if I talk about fluency, uh, initially it is difficult to be fluent if you're not practicing this language, or you
Yeah.
have been practicing this language for a long time. So you may find a lot of difficulty, or you will probably find difficulty in fluency, because you will take unnatural pauses or natural pauses, right?
Yes, sir.
You will fumble. You may look for words, right? Because
Yeah.
you may lack lexical words, lexical items. So these things actually affect and spoil your fluency. So how to
Yeah.
become fluent? Answer is practice, practice, and practice. No matter you speak incorrectly, right, inappropriately, but you have to practice. The answer is practice. Initially, you will make mistakes, but with the passage of time, you will definitely avoid mistakes, because you will have used to speaking this language. Okay, so let's take example of this question. So question is, what did you study in history lessons when you were in school? So first, as I told you, you need to be fluent.
Yeah.
So I'll give you one sample answer. Okay, I'll give you one
It's
answer.
okay.
You just need to observe whether I am fluent in it or not. I may make mistakes, but I need to focus on my fluency first. I would ensure that I would not make a lot of pauses. I do not fumble and stumble, right? And I
Yes, sir.
don't shiver when I speak, because people shiver when they speak. Okay, those students are not used to this language. So, what did you study in history lessons when you were in school? Well, that's a very difficult question to answer, because I have almost forgotten my lessons when I was in schools. But yeah, if I recall, I somewhat know I studied stories about kings and queens in this lesson, in this subject. And those stories were very interesting, and I really liked those stories. Apart from that, I also learned about the Britishers and Americans, how Britishers ruled India, and this is all that I know about history lessons. And it's very difficult to recall these things, because it's been a long time. So all I know, I have just answered. So this is my answer. Okay. I just wanted to show fluency. I may make mistakes, but I intentionally did it because my focus is on fluency, right? I did not
Yeah.
pay towards grammar, lexical resource, vocabulary, collocation. I did not focus towards pronunciation. All I was engrossed on, it was just fluency. Okay. So when people speak especially knives and the beginners and starters, when they speak, they focus on grammar. They are worried about grammar, vocabulary. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay,
Okay,
you
sir.
pack your boots and
Yeah.
just focus on fluency. Don't worry about
Yes.
the other aspects. Just be fluent. So because fluency is something which is the biggest factor in your IELTS speaking, because that will boost this will boost your confidence. If you are fluent, okay, you automatically feel confident and you automatically improve your skills automatically. So this is the factor which needs to be improved first. Okay. So what did you
Okay, sir.
study history lessons when you were in school? It's difficult because I don't have elephant's memory. It's a very tough question to answer. But yeah, all I can tell is I studied about Mughals and I studied about foreigners, how they invaded my country, India, and how they ruled us. So it was all about in history. And I also studied how the humans was made and created. I also learned about planets and all these things in history. So this is all I learned about history in history. So this is how you will do. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
now, if I ask you, how would you answer this question? What did
Okay.
you study in history lessons when you?
It's very hard for me to tell me about the history lessons when I was in school. I was in school. Sorry, sir. Can I start again?
Ah,
It's very hard for me to tell about history lessons because I wasn't interested in this subject when I was in school. But I would like to appreciate some things in history which uh, give a inspiration to people to do something in their lives, because in ancient times many people struggled a lot,
okay.
and these things we taught that taught us in our schools. So these are things which I mainly uh, remember about my history lessons.
All right. Very nice. Okay. All right. Just a moment. Huh? Just a moment.
Okay, sir. Okay. Um, Actually, if I sorry. Honestly, I did not enjoy learning history in my school because I felt it is dull topic to discuss. I felt very boring when my teacher taught me a history. So I did not enjoy a lot
Okay.
the subject.
Before you answered this question, you were thinking alone. You were struggling to maybe construct sentences or something like that. So you showed on your face that you were struggling. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you supposed to do it. Okay.
Okay.
Examiner will assume
Okay.
that you are struggling and you're not used to this spoken English or speaking English. So what he or she will do, she will deduct, the bands, because you do not match, higher bands, and they will have the benefit of this. So don't struggle. You just give best and try to wear confidence on your face. So if I have to answer this question,
Okay.
if I have to answer this question, what I'll do is I will say, did you enjoy learning history in school? To be honest, I disliked this subject because it was quite boring. And I used to cram the subject because I never took interest. And I even scored less in this subject, as I told you, because I lack interest in the subject. So to answer your question, I never enjoyed learning history in school. Did you
Okay.
did you feel that? Did you feel confident?
Yes, sir.
I was not struggling and juggling.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Just
got some points now that I got a bit confident.
You repeat the answer. I mean, different style, different way. Did you enjoy learning history in school? Yeah.
So I should say, you want me to say the answer?
I want you to answer this question. Did you enjoy learning history in school?
Um, I never enjoy learning history in schools
See,
because I felt this
I'll advise
subject.
you. I'll give you one piece of advice. When you speak, be confident and be like try to pronounce words properly because you are
Okay,
suppressing your voice. Do not suppress it. Okay.
okay,
Open your mouth and then speak clearly. You should be very clear.
okay,
Okay. And
okay, sir.
confident. Okay. And work on voice modulation. You know what is voice modulation? Intonation. So if you don't have intonation in your voice, your speaking
Yes,
is
sir.
flat. And if your speaking is flat, you're not fluent or something that will hit your fluency. Okay, so it should be like this. So when
Okay,
how Indians speak like this, flat. So you should be like this. Okay. All right. So did you enjoy learning history in school?
I didn't enjoy learning history in schools because when teacher taught me the lessons, I felt bored, and
Okay.
also I used to cram my lessons.
Okay.
I and also lose many less marks in my lessons. Sorry, in my exams.
Okay.
That's why I never felt to enjoy.
Okay. Perfect. You see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Third. Can you see the third question?
No,
Third question. How often? This one.
no, I can't see, sir.
Can't see. Okay. Listen to me. How often do you watch TV programs about history?
Um, I hardly get time to watch history programs on TV.
Okay.
Normally, I used to watch when I finished my study,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and uh, now I used to watch some reels on my social sites where
Uh-huh.
I found some history reels,
Okay.
and I watch history. Uh, that's it. I just watch these things. Sorry, I don't have.
Ah, see, you started effectively. You gave it a good start, but in the end, you struggled and you fumbled because you were not able to, put forth your ideas properly. So in the
Yes,
end, you struggled and you showed your fumblings. And I got to know,
yes,
being an examiner, I just gauged that you somehow struggled, and and that's where I give you less band. Okay. So
sir.
throughout your answer, you should be confident and fluent. Understood?
Okay.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
I never enjoyed learning history because it was very boring, and my teacher never took interest when she used to teach us. So, and there were other reasons as well. Uh, there was no visual things, and she used to narrate the story, and we used to sleep in the class. So that's the reason I never enjoyed history subject in my school. But if I talk about, but the question was, how often do you watch TV programs about history, right? Was the question.
Yeah,
So I'll give
yeah.
you an answer. Now I take a lot of interest in watching these channels because I get to see history news through visual effects because in school days there were no visual effects, so that was the reason I never took interest in history subject. But with the help of technology and TV, the visual effects are shown, and that really interests me a lot, and you know it is quite fascinating. So yeah, to answer your question, I would say thrice in a week watch history channels. Okay,
Okay.
this is how
Okay.
you will answer your question. Now, next
Okay.
question: What period in history? What period in history? Right? What time? So, what period
Yeah.
in history would you like to learn more about?
I would like to learn more about when our country got independence from British people
uh,
mainly. So I would like to learn about these things more
uh,
because that those days our soldiers fought a lot
uh,
and they never gave up. I
hmm,
thought I should learn these periods, so it also gave me some inspiration to
hmm,
do something in my life as well.
uh,
Uh, these are the main things which I would like to learn again.
perfect. Very nice. Next, uh, you see this cue card? This is cue card. Part.
Sorry,
You know what is part two?
part two is a cue card. Yeah.
Cue card. So what happens in cue card is in that part, in this part two, you get a question in this form. So inside a box, you will see a question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you have to talk, you have to discuss, or you have to answer for 2 minutes to that question.
Okay.
So let us suppose you see a question like describe a famous place in your city. Okay.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
need to speak for 2 minutes on that.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
But before you start, you will get 1 minute. Okay.
Okay.
So 1 minute for preparation.
Okay, sir.
So they give you 1 minute preparation time so that you arrange your thoughts and ideas. It's
Okay.
difficult to speak for 2 minutes without, contemplating or without thinking about that topic. So you need to recall that incident. That's why they give you 1 minute, right?
Okay, sir.
They give you 1 minute to organize your ideas and speak coherently. Okay. So now I'll give you a topic and you have
Okay.
to speak for 1 minute, right?
Okay.
I mean, two
Okay,
minutes.
sir.
I'll give you 1 minute preparation time and you have to
Yeah.
speak in 2 minutes. You should try to speak for 2 minutes, right? So right
Okay.
now, you may not speak for 2 minutes because this is something new to you. But after some time, you must speak for 2 minutes in order to
Okay.
score good bands in speaking. So I'm giving you the same question, right? So I'm giving you this
Okay.
question. Describe a famous place in your city. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Describe a famous place in rather town. This is the question. You have to speak. I'm giving you 1 minute. Your 1 minute starts now, and you will speak for 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
This is the question.